Hello and good evening, everyone. Good evening, Council Member Mosley. My name is Donnell Nieves, and I am here in representation of the 31903 zip code here in Columbus, Georgia. And I understand that there's a lot that goes on here in the city, but a big part of that comes from our side of town. As mentioned on the local news, WTVM, not even 3 years ago, that the 31903 zip code was one of the four most dangerous areas in the city, where armed robberies, home invasion, gang activities, shootouts, junkies, homeless people, and murders have become basically the new norm for the residents. Some of the streets give you a bad vibe once you get on them and, just ride through them. Most of them are avoided by the residents in the area, like Winston Road, for example, because of the potential of getting either robbed, carjacked, attacked, or worse. I was born and raised in the 31903 zip code, and I still have family and friends that are still living in that area that are randomly having to dive on the floor when they hear gunshots. The people that live in these areas where you must drive on the opposite side of the road because of the huge potholes in the street that can damage a car, or the people walking in the middle of the street because they have no sidewalks to walk on. They are the ones impacted by this disparity the most. Poverty is the disparity that plagues my community. And it's sad to see that most people that call this area home have adapted to and accepted the circumstances that the lack of resources, access to better food options, safer environments, and better education has created. If people don't know the issue or issues, they can't identify the issue or issues because they aren't aware that any issue or issues exist in the first place. For example, many people know that poverty exists, but the people that live in poverty may not consider it in that way. Most people that live in poverty-stricken areas would tell you that they stay in the hood, or refer to it as the bad part of town, and wouldn't think much of it. However, if those same people knew that research found that poverty could create permanent brain damage in children in ways that affect their acquisition of the skills needed to negotiate their life outcomes, they will be standing right here with me today. And the fact that they are unaware of the side effects of poverty is the main issue. One strategy that is put into play that could potentially help the community is the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute, also called the GBPI. The GBPI's purpose and intentions are to produce research and state budget analysts to basically determine ways to provide equitable education, healthcare, and opportunities for everyone that lives in Georgia. The poverty in the community is making it to where people are willing to kill someone due to their lack of resources. Children are growing up in single-parent households. Those parents are working but still struggling. Inflation is making it harder for senior citizens to afford the cost of living. And the lack of education or inability to properly express themselves keeps leading to gang violence within the community. People must want to change in order for any change to start to occur. And that's why it seems like the communication strategies that are effective that are effective only work for the elderly people. For example, my grandmother is always calling and telling me about what church is doing a food drive or something, or like giving away clothes for people and stuff like that. When they having it, what time, where, and all this other stuff. She may also call and let me know of like a place that's doing enrichment services that'll help you pay on your utility bills and all that. And for the love of me, I just can't figure out where she get the information from. And then I go and ask someone within my age group, and they haven't heard anything about it. This is why methods and strategies for using up-to-date communication is very important. Most people of this generation have or are adapting to the digital era that we are heading into. Social media interaction and engagement will greatly increase the amount of attention brought to organizations like the GBPI and any other program that the Columbus Health Department has to offer. If these programs exist and only a handful of people know about the benefits, then those programs are unsuccessful. Teaching those that live in poverty about food desert, food swamps, economic instability, spatial inequities, and how living in areas with both food desert and food swamps significantly make health disparities worse is a move in the right direction. Once people know better, they will have the option to do better.